Hello and welcome back, noobs and noob slayers. What is up, guys? It is Tactical here, and today we're going to be doing our first ever Total War Tuesday siege battle. And well, today it's a very spicy one. As you can see, we've already kind of dived right into the action here. It is going to be Rome, Galatia, and Saba versus Macedonia, Sparta, and the Iceni. So, well, it's a pretty juicy battle, like I said right off the start here. We've started it with my flank with the Sabians on the right, Rome in the center here, and the Galatians on the left. Now, I was going up against Sparta on the right side, so it was actually a horrible matchup for me, in all honesty. Rome here started off very well. They broke down the center siege, the center kind of bastion right here, and have got a good little foothold right off the bat, so that's absolutely huge for them. However, they are having some issues against the Chosen Spear Band, fighting some Spartan hoplites. I myself messed up a little bit here, joined the fight just a tad bit late. And yeah, I really wish you could type in chat a lot more, or I wish you could type just in chat in general for Rome 2. I don't know what happened to it anymore, but it's just not there. So we couldn't really have solid communications between the teams. But as you can see, Rome here pinning down the hoplites, which is huge. I realized I needed to get my forces on the walls immediately, otherwise bad things were going to happen to, well, Rome. So I quickly started to slam my guys onto the wall. My noble swordsmen were actually doing pretty decent against the hoplites. I was pretty surprised about that. But they are pretty decent. Again, Saba never really played. I try to handicap myself in Rome 2 by playing factions I've never played before. Now we're going to go quick on the left side and go look at what Galatia is doing. They looks like they've lost some mercenary Syrian archers, just kind of sitting there not doing anything. But they are routing. They start to push over the top here, and they're going to be facing some thorax swordsmen, which is going to be pretty interesting to see. The very heavy infantry versus the Galatian legionnaires. So I'm kind of curious which is going to win the battle on this side over here. And the Iceni, well, they are now starting to quickly be whittled down against the Principes. And let's go check over on my side as well. This over here was out. Iceni played such a smart move with their chariots. They got so much value from them with attacking me, mainly because of the fact that they took out my my catapults here. Now, in all honesty, these are pretty much out of ammunition, so they weren't really useful. And I really wish I had paid attention to my general, because I probably could have done a lot more damage, but I was more so focused on trying to get my forces into the gap here. As you can see, the hoplites were holding their own, and I was trying to basically support Rome as much as possible and annihilate the Spartan army. Now, again, he got some very good level ups here by getting rid of my, I think he actually attacked my Sabian archers, yeah, because I really wasn't paying attention at this time, and it goes to show you need to pay attention in this game in siege battles. Otherwise, things like that are going to happen. Now, again, we're starting to see a quick little break here on some of the Spartan forces. My noble swordsmen are starting to win. That's fantastic for me, and I'm starting to get through this little gap. And honestly, I'm just surprised that they didn't fire more into it. Well, actually, I guess they shouldn't have. And again, they're just, yeah, they're going to get some very good kills on us. They took out 83 guys. It was honestly, these chariots did such a huge job against me. Rome has kind of established themselves a nice little foothold, ready to push them back. Macedonia here, we see the fight is now raging on between the Galatian legionnaires and the I think I forgot what it was again. Thorax swordsmen, sorry. And the thorax swordsmen are just getting chopped up, not doing too hot. They are probably going to just, this entire side is going to probably fall in a matter of probably minutes, in all honesty. It's very interesting to see how actual experienced players play versus the people that I'm normally used to, also as the noobs. So I did send my general to go fight the chariots because I was like, I really kind of need to whittle them down. I was almost certain I would be able to win the battle as well. And it looks like, yeah, they were losing decisively. And as you can see, they just send in a charge once more. Those things annoyed me. So I was like, look, I need to get inside here as soon as possible. Because honestly, I was not expecting to go up against chariots. I should have when I saw the Iceni. But we can see Sparta now starting to try to rotate some of their guys out. Get some fresh troops in to hold me out. The mercenary Mazgat Marauders were doing a very good job of what they needed to do. And my men on the walls here were, again, just really kind of having a slogfest against the Spartan hoplites. It really was not helpful to me. We get into this little breach here, getting an absolute just slogfest, stabbing Spartans. Literally, just look at this. There's just a lone Spartan surrounded by Sabian swordsmen. He's just getting, oh, and he just finally gets shanked in the side. It was a very, honestly, the right side was horrific for me. And I think Rome started to realize that. that Sparta would have just demolished me. As you can see, some of my guys are starting to rout here, decisively losing. It was not a good time for me on the right. As we can see on the left side, though, they had such a better opportunity fighting the thorax swordsman. Much easier matchup for them on this side. And again, my side was just struggling. I was getting peppered by archers up on here. I was getting... Oh, sorry about that, Little Leon. Getting pelted by hella archers, getting pelted by more archers up top. It was just absolutely horrific. I was struggling in this battle here. And I knew I needed to get my guys in because I saw some raiders over there too. And I was like, you know what? Just got to keep on pushing. Just got to keep on pushing through on this one. And we got this. You know, if I keep sending some more guys in, we'll be good. Which is what I start to do here is I send some more noble swordsmen in. And then some desert levy. Now, I realized also my archers were not really kind of doing what I wanted them to do because of the siege towers. So I started to kind of just try to shoot in their offhand side. Now, the noble swordsmen were about to break as well. And I realized, well, I might need to get my general up here. I'm not sure if I actually did it at that time. But as you can see, Rome now coming in to help me, which was desperately needed. Because, again, I absolutely needed the help. There was not much else I could have done here. Besides, because the Spartans were just absolutely slamming me. And then, honestly, just not having the ammunition here was a huge rookie mistake on my side for this battle. And we can see the Galatia is actually doing a fantastic job fighting Macedonia. Their thorax swordsmen are not doing the greatest. And I believe they are going to start to pull back in a couple seconds here. I'm surprised. Oh, we had Galatia come in with a nobleman to help me take out the hoplites. This was actually a nice assist I never saw in the battle. So it was Rome, myself, and Galatia. 3-man teaming up on the Spartans here. Just brutal watching these Spartans get absolutely annihilated. Not much they can do there to really kind of supplement and defend themselves. This little pocket, I am also fighting the Iceni now. I actually never saw this. So I'm fighting the Spartans and the Iceni here, trying my hardest to kind of just hold so these reinforcements can come and assist me. And this is when we're going to see a pullback of the Spartan forces, full retreat. And yeah, full retreat here on this entire flank. They've abandoned the right and the center. Their first wave of defenses, honestly, just looking at the absolute just amount of dead is crazy. And we lost quite a bit on my army on this little attack side. I also needed to figure out, again, rookie mistake on my side. The Helot archers having the high ground were able to just rain chaos down onto my elite units. The Marib Royal Guards, as you can see, just pummeling us. I see that happening too, and I try to get them to a better spot without trying to give us up this little strategic alleyway right here. Because again, I didn't want to give us any alleyways up, and it was at this point I pretty much had a decent force left, but also at the same time I kind of had to pay attention overall to, you know, what forces I would have, because these two elite units, I know they're going to keep getting peppered against the enemy forces, and I couldn't have that. And now, as you can see, the left side is still trying to hold their strongest here. They're doing a decent job cutting down the Galatian legionnaires as well as the Galatian noblemen. Not a good time, though, to be a Macedonian soldier on the left flank. The right side, as we can see, entirely collapsed. We wanted to start to capitalize a little bit, and I started to move my elite units out of range because they were just getting absolutely just butchered. And honestly, again, those chariots in the back line, I was like, I need to get inside and honestly, you know, just hold up here because I'd be able to do so much more damage. Honestly, surprised here to see that the Macedonians and Iceni are still holding this flank. Very, very brutal. Just as you can see, the Roman legionnaires now getting into the fray, just cutting them up left and right. Not much that they can really do. They're left on their own, no support, and they're just kind of mopping up the remains of the infantry here. A lot of thorax swordsmen are gonna be unfortunately met in early grave. Very, very intense battle here, in all honesty, on the left flank. I'm surprised they were actually able to hold as long as they did. As for the right side and the center, again, things are kind of just held up a little bit. No massive pushes or anything like that have been kind of foretold, but now you can start to see the collapse of the ultimately left side. Again, some rookie mistakes on both sides here, particularly my side, and then Galatia as well kind of made some mistakes when it came to just chilling. That's a support kind of role. But Rome, oh my goodness! Again, sorry, I need to get a drink here. Hang on, ladies and Ooh, but yeah, so as we can see, Rome is now pushed up with their auxiliary Syrian archers. They're going to start to raise some chaos for the Helot archers on top. But again, since they have that high ground, it's going to be a lot harder to see them. And we're only going to be able to see them when they launch their volleys. So now we can see Rome's about to get engaging the Spartan hoplites on this side as they've pushed deeper into the defensive positions. Again, very, very solid mindsets when it comes to this play style, honestly. Giving up the front area, solid. Honestly, again, they were very smart with this. They played it very well. And again, this battle could have went entirely differently, in all honesty, if the chariots, I feel like, were utilized a little bit more aggressively against some of my weaker tier units. Again, that probably would have done so much more. But they kind of started to just play a little bit more just defensively in this tree line, because I know they had 2 units of infantry as well. And again, just seeing out our ultimate force, a nice little balance of power, still about 50-50 was nice to see as well. And honestly, we as you can see, all my archers are here as well. I realized we really needed to get rid of these guys chilling on top of the hill. And again, them losing the scorpions on this position, for the price, they honestly didn't do anything. The scorpions, I mean, 46 kills, yeah, but they could have done significantly more. And realistically, just not really good in the long run for point-wise. Or Denarii-wise, I should say. However, we're now starting to just kind of consolidate and get our forces back up to speed. So I'm probably going to fast forward here just a little bit so before we get into the action. Oh, Rome is now going to start pushing into the right flank and start whittling down some of the Spartan hoplites. And I kind of need to consolidate my forces after the massive losses I've had on the right flank against Sparta. As you can see, a lot of Sabian soldiers were lost. Now, obviously, I knew that the Iceni would come. They were waiting for the opportunity, so I just stuck my caravan guard here and held in a square formation shortly after. But our biggest goal was to get rid of these guys, the Helot archers on the cliffside. That was our biggest kind of like go-to at the moment in time. Because again, they were just causing so much problems for us on the hill. We needed to stop them and just really, really whittle those numbers down. And as you can see, they have some Levy Freemen chilling. They got some Britain skirmishers. Just going to be slamming into the Spartans here. But as we can see, the Spartan hoplites are struggling against the Legionnaires. And honestly, for good reason. I mean, these Legionnaires are absolutely insane. I honestly, and again, these Spartan hoplites, I don't know. I mean, I feel like also having the friendlies kind of throw javelins as well wasn't the greatest thing either. But we also needed Galatia to possibly start pushing in on this flank. But again, they were kind of being more of a passive guy since we had 2 armies here. However, well played, honestly. And I was kind of expecting more of like a more counterattacks try coming in or something like that. But in all honesty, they played very, very defensively here on this position. So again, as we can see, Rome is starting to whittle down these numbers pretty aggressively. And things are looking pretty interesting. I mean, Rome's got a good little opening here. And again, these javelins are, and again, it's definitely a lesson, ladies and gentlemen, that you need to make sure you're watching friendly fire. Because look at this, they're just absolutely stabbing friendlies right in the rear with a javelin. However, they are hitting a couple Romans. It's also definitely going to be hurting them quite a bit. I have my archers in the back here. Again, rookie mistakes as I was in range. I was trying to go after and hit the rear of these chosen spear bands, but I unfortunately was not really doing too well. Because again, these guys were on their left hand. I wasn't really aware of that. I thought I was going to be hitting the backside, but again, I wasn't, which was very, very unfortunate. I was hoping maybe I could get them behind here and do something wild, but again, they started to just pick me off here, and well, my archers weren't doing the greatest. However, I got 103 kills on one, 58 on the other. Those guys really didn't do their worth. I think I had a couple others that pretty much got chevron worth or close to their worth as archers. No. So my archers were not really utilized to their fullest potential in this this match, which is very unfortunate. Then again, one archer got absolutely munched by a chariot, so it didn't help us. I saw Rome was in need of help, so I sent in my royal guard to finally help, and this is where we start to see a massive whittle down of their forces and some huge opportunities for attacks. Now we can see the chosen spear band is getting ready to essentially prepare for a defensive assault against myself and some Galatian noblemen. Now, Rome really was the key player in this battle. Again, shout out to the Roman player this time, Mars. He did such a good job at whittling down their numbers. Playing Rome as you're supposed to play. Is a very aggressive player, and really opened up some key opportunities for us as a team here. Now, I realized Rome had opened up a window right here for me. So I was like, okay, I think it's time for us to basically get some guys pushing in. And obviously we start to push some guys in to get into this little gap right here. This little gap was a huge, huge focal point for us to win this battle. Otherwise, if I had not sent men in to kind of just into the fray, and this is where I started to like send my guys, as you can see, I create a block. I create a blocking point for my troops to be able to walk through. As you can see now, Sparta's just getting stabbed to death. I'm getting stabbed to death. However, my units, I believe, outclass the Spartan units. They do significantly. So we knew what was up here. And, well, again, having that opening right here is huge. That opening was all we needed to essentially just stop the, just open it up. You know, you can now see, look at this window that we have right here to march troops through. And that's, again, something that everyone needs to pay attention to in battles, is really make sure you have this opportunity, because once you see, I can send troops right here and attack a very heavy spear band, and this is 105 melee defense. Like, looking at that melee defense is crazy to me. That's why it is very important. As you can see, I'm sending in the desert levies, but I choked and decided to go and attack the levy freemen because I needed to support the flank of these guys as well. Yes, I made a rookie mistake once again. I realized that after the battle, but I was like, honestly, I kind of do need to keep it the way it is. Otherwise, some bad things are going to happen to me. And it really was not a good time. Now, what I ended up doing as well is I ended up breaking off and trying to slam into their back, but this ended up horribly for me. And then I also saw Rome was kind of collapsing on the right side, so I didn't want them doing the same thing to us. So, sent the caravan guard in, and I definitely prevented that from happening, because, again, I did not want us to... Oh, yeah, I think I actually pushed these... No, I pushed them back because I saw they had javelins still. And, yep, here we go. Here's the mistake that I made. However, I did get the melee debuff. I got the morale debuff here on the Chosen. Now you can see they're decisively losing. That was huge, and now they got the steady debuff, which was really, really important for that. And, again, I'm trying to have Rome essentially hold here. And I thought these guys were going to do a lot more when it came to throwing their javelins, but I realized I think I had them off ready or auto fire. I wasn't sure. But, yeah, my guys broke here. 104, though. They're now, you know, obviously back to full eager. And I was like, well, time to send another bunch of guys in, which is exactly what we did. I needed to send in my cavalry as well to kind of give us a morale boost here. But we're winning the main battle in the center, which was probably the biggest part of this for me. I realized the caravan guard, time to use their javelins, honestly, and I started to push them in slowly, as you can see. And this is exactly what I was afraid of, is right here, the sides. My sides started to get hit pretty bad, and I was trying to avoid that. But having my caravan guard decide to push through here and help out, we are going to start throwing our javelins very quickly. Trying to see if we actually throw the javelins yet. Or yes, we do. Throw it right into the backs. Right into the backs of the Chosen spears. Got a nice volley right there and did a very good job at taking out a lot of them. And I believe right here, I decided to try to get all of them engaged so they can die. I see they're going to try doing the same thing to me. So what I did immediately after that was put myself into a square formation. Because, yep, I was like, you know what? No, this is not going to happen. I'm not going to allow you guys to do the same thing. We're now supported on all sides. These guys are fighting on two sides, just getting chomped up left and right and center. And honestly, it was a beautiful, beautiful play, I feel like, because we actually had a huge opportunity to open up here and cause a lot of damage at the end of the day, because this was just a massacre. Watching a bunch of Iceni get stabbed in the back by Galatian and Saba troops, just getting some screenshots for that thumbnail. Gotta know you gotta do it, ladies and gentlemen. But it was a really good fight for this little choke point. As you can see, the one Spartan just chilling here, fighting for his life. Oh, over the top, gets absolutely annihilated right there. Rome's doing work on the right side, pushing the Spartans back. Sparta's Peltas are kind of just chilling here. But again, this was a brutal battle. Like, I will give it to all the sides here. They did a fantastic job of what they needed to do. Some rookie mistakes here and there, obviously on both sides, especially myself, but really well played match in my opinion. Now let's go over and see. Nothing is major happening on the left side. So again, we're just fighting for this choke point. This choke point was a brutal battle. Like, this is all both sides really cared about. We ignored the far flank, which again, honestly, I feel like if we maybe had sent some guys over on this side to start capturing some other things, maybe, you know, flank through here, some better things would have happened. But honestly, just seeing how, like, intense of a fight it was for this one little spot was really cool to see. And as you can see, the Romans are retreating after extending too deep into Spartan lines, getting absolutely cut down by the Spartans here left and right. Look at this. Now reinforcements going in. Rome is on the retreat. They're still holding, though. They're still holding, throwing their javelins right into the Spartan. I think these are, Pericles spears. And, well, it was, honestly, this one spot was a crazy fight. This was Murder Alley right here. And, again, now you can see we've basically broke them on this side. My guys are, again, eating the brunt of the fight. Against the Iceni here. They're trying to push through my forces, as you can see, but it's not really going too well. Galatia is starting to help out with this. This one, I believe, broke me right here. The heroic nobles, yes, their general absolutely started to munch me down, and my forces just absolutely butcher us. This was kind of like a brutal fight on this side for me, as their nobles were definitely going to outclass me on that. Could not hold right there. My Royal Guard still holding phenomenally against the Iceni and the Spartans. Rome as well, pushing through, fighting, murdering as many as they can to just secure this side. They knew how desperate this flank was, and I honestly felt like they could have given this up a little bit. They might have committed too many troops to the cause here. If they had maybe settled up a little bit further inward, they could have probably had a little bit easier time going forward, because again, these heroes of Sparta in reserve, two units of heroes of Sparta, including the one that was their general, I feel like if they had held a little bit further back and not dedicated enough troops to this one spot, things would have been a little bit different. Because as you can see, they're starting to push back, but as they're running away, they're just getting shot in the back on the run. Not the greatest for them at all. And I think they're starting to realize that what was that? Did that someone just get launched? But my Royal Guard, 241 kills, absolutely holding, and they are literally inside of my guys. I knew I had to start pushing my caravan guard forward to honestly help, because these guys were at risk of likely breaking, and I couldn't have that at all. I think at a point here, yeah, we're still getting pelted by the Helot archers, not really doing too much against us, which was fantastic. Actually those guys had 115, but it wasn't those guys. And things are not looking too good, for the Iceni, Sparta, and Macedonia. It's honestly a very good battle, again, that we're seeing right here. This is just absolutely murder alleyway, and it's just horrific. Honestly, if I were fighting in this alleyway, it would have been absolutely brutal to see in the long run. We have Rome coming up, bringing up some fresh Avocati cohorts. And these are the veterans, ladies and gentlemen. These are the guys that have seen action all over the place. And you can see the heroic nobles trying to do a push through, and it's not working. This push through honestly costed them their lives. Surrounded on all sides against Galatian legionnaires on one side, my Royal Guard on the other, and Caravan Guard just honestly butchering these heroic nobles down. They're trying their hardest to get as many kills, but it's honestly not going to matter. These guys are just going to become, honestly, it's Game of Thrones moment where they're just surrounded here, getting punched on all sides with the spears. And, well, these guys, they served their king well, but their king definitely did not give them the greatest opportunity to survive. As you can see, just look at the green tide just surrounding these poor guys. It was a horrific fight. In this little spot right here. I feel bad for all the guys that perished. It was very unfortunate seeing this one unit honestly surrounded and just getting chomped up by 4 different units. It was really heartbreaking to see. And honestly, what I saw, as you can see, I started to push up. I want to recover us all with some morale. I saw an opportunity with my general. I was like, okay, I see Rome's going in. We definitely should probably get ourselves going in as well. I pushed back for a second because I was like, well, I don't know if it would be a good idea. And then I was like, well, you know what? Let's pull back for a quick second. And that's when I saw Rome actually. Oh, yeah, this is where the ambushers finally decided to push up. Now, I saw Rome go in, and I was like, okay, we need to go in as well. They're actually committing to the cause, to this breakthrough here. And, well, the Ogavkadi cohorts are trying their hardest to engage the Peltas. And then we have the Roman Legatus General pushing up. We have my general pushing up here to go neutralize these mercenary Cretan archers and just demolish them. As you can see, we're going to get some really nice charges here. Just wait for it. Boom. Nice little charge right there. And again, they're going to rout very quickly. But Rome decides that they should push out. And I was like, no. In my mind, I was like, Rome, we need to stay because companion cavalry is coming in very, very deadly. I mean, I can see why for Rome they'd probably want to pull out because they're not the most heavy type of cavalry versus my cavalry, much a little bit more on the heavy side. I believe mine was 65 versus a 70 armor health. And this got very bloody for the companion cavalry as they realized I sent in my spearmen. And this started to be the collapse of the Murder Alley. As you can see, things have just not looked well. They're running very low on reinforcements, ready to kind of defend their last point here with their one pikeman and royal, is that Peltas? Yeah, or Paletus, whatever. I don't know how to pronounce it. I'm sorry. It became a very gruesome front line, just standstill at this moment as we were replenishing our stamina, picking off the remainder of the stragglers of Murder Alleyway, as you hear, just looking at this just absolute death field right here. And then as we can see, the Iceni, with their little ambush in the rear guard, doing a pretty good job against my Desert Levymen. But it wasn't really worth it, in my opinion, having these ambushers attack these type of guys. I mean, well played, I guess, on that front line. But they're not getting any really true experience when it comes to the chevrons. So I knew for a fact I decided to send some archers over, as well as the noble swordsmen that I've had in the reserves the entire time. And we start to kind of, with my other guys, pushing with the caravan guard to kind of solidify this victory here, because this is what's all that's essentially left of the enemy. Sent my commander back as well because I knew the chariots were somewhere around here. And, well, I wanted to make sure that those chariots got annihilated. I did not want those chariots to be alive at all. Now, the desert levies tried their hardest to fight, but these poor militiamen just getting chomped up by ambushers, not going to stand a chance. And they're going to hold for some good time to buy us the time we need and get my general over there as well. Huge front line for the Romans as well as the Galatians, as we're making our final push into their what's left of them, essentially. Now, this is where we do see the chariots sitting in the rear. I go in to just slam into the ambushers, immediately destroy them, because, again, they're just ambushers. They're light infantry, and they're not going to do anything to me at all. They're just going to get picked off. My general here did a fantastic job just murdering them all. Now, something I should have caught on a lot more sooner was the fact that they were going to push here. I did have my noble swordsmen engaging against the ambushers, and I started to push my archers away, which again was not a good idea. Should have got them a little bit closer. I got bullied by the Iceni in this battle. It was literally nowhere even close. The Iceni chariots just absolutely bullied me in this battle. Now, I knew this was going to be the case, so I had to literally immediately push my cav over here. Otherwise, you know, it was going to just be bye-bye to all three of these archers. And again, they were trying their hardest essentially to give me army losses, I feel like, or just cause a mass rout. And I knew I needed to just push these guys inward. Sent all of my melee kind of just here, and I was hoping that maybe, just maybe, we could save these guys from the fate of the chariots, who honestly are a 3 chevron bronze. That is crazy. I think they might level up here because, again, I just did a massive blob, which hurt me a lot. Look at this. Look at this. Look at the kills. His kills went up from 130 to 190, 200. Oh, they got 100 kills right there, just about. That was crazy. Killing 100 plus of my men right there. But this is where they break as well. A lot of my men are just getting absolutely slaughtered. Desert Levy goes down instantly. Noble Swordsmen go down almost instantly. It was brutal. The Iceni did a fantastic job. An additional almost 200 kills almost right there. Just slaughtered me. The Iceni bullied me to a pulp right there. I did not know what else to do. I was honestly having a huge rookie mistake. We can see the Avocati cohort trying their hardest here to just dwindle down the numbers of the remaining Macedonians. And it's kind of just looking like a wrap here, as we can see. The Romans are now, or the Canadian Cavs slammed into a Roman unit, trying their hardest to keep the Iceni general alive. But I think it might be a little bit too late here, as he's about to break. And yes, he breaks right there. The companion Cav, again, doing his best. And as you can see, ladies and gentlemen, this is basically the wrap of the battle. I hope you guys very much enjoyed the battle. And if you did, make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. Until the next Total War Tuesday and Saturday.